on that theme of consumer protection and consumer advocacy, we also introduced priority legislation this year dealing with real estate wholesaling. And so, Jen, you want to touch on that piece of legislation?
Sure. So the past couple of years, actually, Greta, we've heard from members, and particularly around the borders of border communities of our state, we've heard about the trend of real estate wholesaling that has been happening. And what a real estate wholesaler is they basically they put an offer in on a property. They do not take legal title to the property, but what they then do is sell their equitable interest in the property to another buyer. So the transaction is never actually done officially through the county recorders, nothing like that. Wholesaling was not defined in our code, so what we needed to do was to establish that definition of what wholesaling is. The main thrust of the legislation, it says if you are going to wholesale, you will have to have a license or use a licensee when doing a wholesale transaction. It also states that you will have to disclose to both the seller and the buyer that this is what you are doing. You are selling basically your equitable interest so that all parties to the transaction are aware of what's going on. There are also significant penalties involved if one does not adhere to the law. It's 10% of the sale or $10,000, whichever is greater.
Yes. So we've heard from so many of you and hope that this will help to alleviate some of the issues that we've seen with real estate wholesaling, and hopefully with those pretty significant fines deter some of the bad actors that we've seen in some instances. And so again, not wanting to eliminate real estate wholesaling because we know it is a good practice and a good model for some clients in the market. However, we want to make sure that it is transparent to the consumer and that everyone is aware of what is taking place in the transaction.
Right.